Welcome to Elf Center. So today, well, there's a link to a music video down there in the information section. Go, before we start, go listen to that video. Go watch it. Listen to the song. Oh wait, you can hit pause. Go, right click, open in a new tab. Trust me, it's relevant. I hope you enjoyed it. It has become one of my favorite songs. It makes me cry. Crying. I am in all parts of my life, at work and at home. My friends will tell you. People who meet me at parties will tell you. I am a dominant, somewhat arrogant, alpha male. I really hate what people have done with the whole alpha male thing. It's a bad thing. There are leaders and followers in the world, and there's a mess of other people. But most people fall into one of these two camps. There are alpha females, there are betas, there are gammas, there are deltas, you can pretty much almost 1984 the whole flippin' society. I lead, I don't follow. And I lead generally by accident because people follow me expecting me to find something cool, something new, something wonderful. I mostly go out and do stuff on my own. I prefer people walk beside me. A lot of people are not comfortable there. I can understand this. There are issues and challenges being of a dominant mindset all the time, particularly at work, or when you're dealing with somebody who is in a position above you. There are days, as my grandfather used to say, you are the prince, and there are days that you are the king, and you need to know the difference. Far too many people don't, and from this comes all sorts of stuff that is wrong with our society, not being self-aware and aware of what's going on outside of us. Sometimes you're a humble farmer, which is a fantastic thing to be. But some days you're the prince, some days you're the king. And again, it's not based on sex. You can be the princess or the queen if you like. The only reason I'm not a princess is I don't own a tiara. I have borrowed other people's in the past. I don't cry often, because I am from a certain generation and of a certain sex where it's just, men didn't do that kind of thing. They didn't admit to it publicly. You did it behind closed doors. You did it in private. You did it in the dark with the drapes drawn, almost like people want smokers to be these days. You did it as if it were something to be ashamed of. And we all know what I feel about guilt. But it's cathartic. It's a release. It can be a thing of joy as much as it can be a thing of hurt. I was about to say sadness. Well, sadness. Far too often these days, in my opinion, and I'm not talking down about anyone who does actually suffer from depression, but we seem to see someone who's sad a fair bit and think, what's wrong with their brain chemistry? Let's put them on pills and make them a nice little, hey, 1984 again. Let's feed people the drugs. It used to be that we were taught how to handle a lot of things. Sometimes handling meant repressing or hiding, but you were still handling it. That you hid it was not necessarily a bad thing. Because expressing certain emotions upsets people, particularly if they have a vision of who you are, if they have an idea in their mind. If you come across as one of these always happy, always adventurous, strong personalities, to see your weakness is something that they find very disruptive, uncomfortable, and they don't know how to handle it. And I'll get into strong people and weak people in another video. Because, wow, the world has become full of weak people because we are promoting that now. We are not building strength in our children, in our friends. We are, and I'm not talking tough love or being a complete in-your-face snarky idiot. I'm talking support and strength. There's a reason I tend to watch Disney movies alone now. Still haven't seen Frozen. Still haven't seen Maleficent. There's a reason I listen to music first at home, and I don't sing in public as often as I used to. And it's one of the reasons I'll probably rarely, if ever, sing on here, is because it stirs something within me, and the emotion comes out, and I cry. As often in happiness and laughter and joy as in sadness and depression and hurt. But tears disrupt people. Tears are a woman's thing, a woman's weapon, a woman's way of expressing herself, a woman's communication. You want to get rid of the whole sex bias? Here's another place to look at. Back in the 80s, we did the sensitive man thing. We know how that turned out. Jokes, ridicule, and by the ladies as much as by the gents. It was not a good thing. And there was this whole dichotomy of we want a sensitive man and we want a manly man. The two are not opposite ends of the spectrum. The two are not even different sides of the coin. The two are part of a whole, being a man. Communication and the messages, particularly between the sexes, is just confused. It really is. There's a lot of saying but not meaning. And this is what you get online often, because you're losing parts of the communication. Honesty and authenticity is extremely important. We say we want it, but far too many of us don't. I was reading a very interesting article online written by a woman in her 50s about an internet romance that blossomed and how its end caused such disruption in her life and how she viewed herself. She had been married, she was divorced or widowed or something, single. That's not relevant. She was single. She had met a man online. They talked for about 2 years. Pictures, everything, back and forth. They visited, they did tea, they had a couple of drinks. Finally, she invited him over to stay with her for a weekend away. They got along great, they laughed, they talked, there was such a meeting of minds, which again, meme, oh, I hate memes. You know, a meeting of hearts happens so often, but a meeting of minds is so rare. So, a meeting of minds. And they slept together. And by slept, I mean slept. Same bed, no clothing, skin touching, nothing sexual happened. She wondered about this. He said nothing. So she emailed him a couple of days later and said, this has been bothering me, it's on my mind. And he explained to her, your personality, your mind, it sparkles, it engages, it captures me, it's everything I want. Your body, not so much. I find you beautiful inside, and he tried to be diplomatic about it, but there's really no way to be diplomatic about it. You're attractive, but not, I'm not sexually stirred in the loins. I'm not aroused. She felt insulted, hurt, almost from her writing, destroyed. Because that thing we all talk about as being beauty is only skin deep, everyone is beautiful, blah blah, yada yada, on and on and on, was the one thing that he said, not so much. You're good looking, but you're better looking dressed than undressed. I know this. I'm very dapper in my clothing. You don't want to see me naked. No one wants to see me naked. I take showers in the dark because I don't want to see me naked. I walk by a mirror on the way to the bathroom and I make sure that I have a housecoat on or a smoking jacket or something because, it's a horrible thing. So, no matter the messages that are put out there, we are all complete people, from outward of the skin to inward of the skin. And beauty is extremely important to us. Honesty and authenticity are extremely important in the messages. The only way to fight this, the only way to get around this, and here I'll give you a tool that will hopefully make you a little more able to handle this sort of thing. Stop listening to society. I'm not saying become an anarch and rebel and everything else. Stop listening to society's messages. Don't give them your money. Don't buy there. Don't pay attention to the marketing. When an ad comes on, zone out. Make your decisions for purchasing based on your own wants, needs, thoughts, and research, not on what they tell you on TV or at movies. Listen to yourself. Listen to other people. Other people are not society. We all are together. But listen to those around you. Listen to what they want. Be honest and authentic, and you'll attract honest and authentic people. Be real. And it's not a bad thing for a man to cry. Think about how you feel after a really good cry. The amount of stuff that comes out. Now, if you'll excuse me, thank you very much for tuning in to Elf Centered and watching. I really appreciate all of you folk who click, go on the video. I hope you like the song at the start again. And if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it now. And listen to it. And I'm going to go watch a Disney flick alone.